Well, well. I said that's how when uh I don't know. Well, I got off here yesterday. That I wasn't coming back. Didn't I say that?
You said you didn't know when you was coming back.
No, at first I said I wasn't coming back for a while, but I've been hearing some rumblings going on the God's throne. Amen.
Amen.
Wait a minute, got to get my cough. I don't know if y'all see that steam rising. Temperatures are rising. Did some good cough. Ooh. Bless the Lord on my soapboxes. Y'all tell me what type of coffee. Tell me what type of coffee y'all like. If you drink coffee, that is. My wife, she don't drink coffee. She drink cocoa. Didn't you drink cocoa, baby? But she doesn't drink coffee. I love coffee. I would drink it in the summertime, in the wintertime, without leading into what I got to say, right, Carol? What did Dr. King mean to you? While I pull up these videos of these fools, can you tell me?
Dr. King was sent for number one. He was sent by God during a time when black people.
Speak up, Carol. I don't think they can hear you.
I believe Dr. King was sent by God during the time. He came at a time that was needed because at that particular time, black people were being oppressed. And
well. She's my wife and I love her, but I will correct anybody. I don't care who you are, and I love my wife. Period. I will walk through hell with gasoline drawers on for my wife. I ain't going to hell for you, but I will walk through in order to get you out. Like that song Drake got out. Just hold on, we going home. Wherever you at, I'm coming for you. Period. And when I get there, the motherfucker who fuck with you gonna pray to God and say, Jesus, hey, Jesus is coming in a Honda. What are you doing, Zion? You supposed to be out there playing now. I done told you get some exercise. I thought you were gonna draw on the on the drive, huh? What you draw? Y'all excuse me for a minute, Carolyn. You just keep explaining what. Remind me to correct you too.
Okay.
And don't be only trying to correct yourself, because you know what I'm about to say.
No, actually, I don't.
Thank God. What you drawing, Bubba?
Like I said, I believe that Dr. King was sent by God during a time that black people were being oppressed. He was a leader in our struggle for civil rights, for black people to be treated, not created, but treated fairly and equally. I remember growing up hearing stories from my grandfather, who was born in 1900, so he came up during that time, and how they couldn't go into the front door; they always had to go through the back, and the freedoms that we so enjoy now, somebody had to pay the price for us to have that freedom. And Dr. King, along with many others, gave their life so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have today.
I'm gonna let you continue because I gotta look for these two videos. The one thing that I don't know if you're still on, sweetheart. How you doing, Rashawn? Shut up. She married? Yes, sir. You sure you understand? Yes, sir. What, man? But anyways, to laying all jokes aside, uh, one thing that I must correct you on, and a lot of people get this wrong. I myself never got it wrong, and I'm not saying that in arrogancy or whatever, but I've never got it wrong. Never. Dr. King did only help black people at all. He was not limited to black people. And that's why a lot of people like dickhead ass Gregory with his lying bitch made ass, that's all he did was lie. Period. I wonder how you feel now, dickhead ass Gregory, now that you in hell, talking about you a God, and I'm God. No, the fuck I ain't. I was created in his image, which means that I have a set of eyes, hands, feet, ears, a mouth, a nose, a mind to think. But for me to say that I'm God, that's for me to say that I am divine. I am Alpha and Omega. I am the beginning and the end, the one that was, the one that is, and the one that is sure to come. And that's a damn lie. There's only one God. He ain't Allah. And I can speak on that because a lot of you may not know, but I used to be a Muslim. Yes, I did. Practiced it in every damn thing. Period. You don't have to believe it. I don't give a damn. I took my Shahada in Brunswick. I don't know if it's still up. At the Respectful Book Life store. I believe that's what it was called. Back in the mid-90s. Okay? So, believe what you want to believe. Anyways, God's name is not Allah. It's not. You believe what you want to believe. I'm going to believe what I want to believe. His name is not Buddha. Not at all. His name is not Mohammed. He damn sure ain't Louis Farrakhan. And as much as I love me some Malcolm X, his name ain't Malcolm X either. His name is not Dr. King. His name is not Coretta Scott King. His name is not Zion David, which is my son, or Jasmine, or Carolyn, or me, Maurice. I'm gonna keep on anyhow, Satan. So get mad. Numb nuts. Get mad. I don't care. As they say, I'm gonna go on anyhow. Ain't that what they say, baby?
That's what they say.
I'm gonna go on anyhow. Then this phone right here was damn near $200 something damn dollars. So I know it's got to be the devil. This is the brick of all. and I'll say it again. Period. His name is not Maurice Mungeon. The Bible says that there's only one name that a man can be saved. And who is that name?
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. That's his name. That's his name. So yes, Dr. King was not a Christian. I'm going to say that one more time. Dr. King was not a Christian. He was not. For those of you who wants to crucify me, whoever listen to this or look at this, I don't think nobody, Rashonda probably is still on or not. Man, I love that hazelnut coffee, baby. Let me tell you something. When you can find a woman, hey, thank you. Wait a minute. There it is right there. When you can find a woman that can make a good pot of coffee. Ain't no sense in talking about Hebrews. Hey! That's like a damn train, though. But laying all jokes aside, I have to, when stuff like that happens, I have to get my mind back. And the only way I know how to do that is humor. Because Satan can't stand laughter. So anyways, and if those of you that don't like it, oh, well, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to me. This is my channel. And if you stop by my channel, then you must know something about me. I ain't got no females on here shaking their ass. I ain't got no shoot 'em up bang bangs. I'm going to tell you the truth. That don't mean I don't like women. Hell, I still like women. I still see women every day. There's me. I love my wife. And my wife know me. Do you not?
Yes, I do.
When you first met me, did we not sit down? Mm-hmm. Did we not have a conversation with each other?
Yep.
Okay, that's all that matters. As long as I'm respecting her and telling my wife the truth, period. See, let me get off of that. Anywho, Dr. King is not God. Okay, neither is Malcolm X, neither is Buddha, nobody. But I can honest to God tell you that Dr. King was no Christian. He was no Christian. Period. He may have used, the time. What's wrong, Bubba? Okay. He may have used the title every so often, but he was not a Christian. And I'm going to prove that. Okay. So these bastards, what is he eating? The peanut with butter can? So these bastards that sit, now I'll go out there because you're going to have flies all the way up there, I'm telling you. I mean, you don't have, you know what, you don't have to see a single fly. But soon open up something to eat outside. Mm-hmm. That's why I call flies niggas. They only want to show up at your house when you got something to eat. Well, go sit down. So, like I said, so these bastards that's going around saying that Dr. King was not a Christian, you right. I believe you. You right. You absolutely, positively right. But when you say, and I'm going to pull up one or two videos so I can prove it. When you say that Dr. King did not believe in Jesus, you are a damn liar from the pit of hell. Period. Let me tell y'all about a dream that I had, and I'm quite sure I've said it more than once. I've told this dream more than once, but I'm gonna tell it again. So one night, I went to sleep, and the reason why I'm saying one night I went to sleep is because I damn near know when I'm fixing to have an experience. I don't know how I know, but I know. My wife has picked up on it because I would get like extra tired. Period. And I have ADHD. But it's like I can't keep my eyes open. I can't do any of that. So that's why I said one night I went to sleep, because for me, there is sleep and then there is sleep. Period. And do you get where I'm coming from? I'll say it again. For me, and some of you probably having the same experience. For you, there is, and then there is, period. You conk the fuck out. Well, that night I was conk the fuck out. Period. I'm listening to him talk. So yeah, I went to sleep and I was walking on this flat top type deal, if you will. I was walking on this flat top. Looked like roadway, maybe, I don't know, where the planes land at or whatever. I don't know what the hell you call it, runway. Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, the tarmac. Thank you. Anywho, as I was walking, and you don't have to believe the dream, it doesn't bother me. As I was walking, I saw this young man. I didn't know who it was at the time, y'all, but I saw this young man bent over. Like if you vomiting or something like that and you bent over, that's what it looked like to me. That's what he was doing. But when I finally got up to him, that's not what he was doing. But anyways, I walked up. As I'm walking this, what you call it? Tarmac. Tarmac or tarmac? Tarmac. Okay. As I walk closer and closer to the young man, I kind of bent down with him. I put my hand on his back like this, and I kind of bent down with him to see what was wrong. As God is my holy witness, I had this dream. When he raised himself up, it was Dr. King. You don't have to believe it. There's nothing special about me. It took me a minute to even tell this dream. You told me to tell it. It took me a minute because like, you think you are. No, I don't. No, I don't. Listen, I'm not your favorite pastor who claimed that they done went and had crumpet cakes with Moses. Who claimed that they done sat down and changed a tire with Bartholomew. I'm not telling you that I went over to the east side and finally got a piece of the pie with Paul and Silas. Mm-hmm. That ain't what I'm telling you. I'm telling you about a dream that I had. Period. And I had this a few years back, a couple of years ago, shall I say. That's all I'm telling you. When I bent over, I had my hand on his back like this. And I looked down, and when he raised himself up, I was like, that's Dr. King. In my dream, I was shocked. For real, I promise. Anywho, so when he raised himself up, he started pointing. And at first, I was not looking at where he was pointing at, if you will. I was steady looking in his face. Because what I saw was pain. What I saw was hurt. What I saw was tears. And let me back this train up. The pain that I saw was not pain of I'm in hell. Let me go and put that out there. Okay. Because you know how no, that wasn't it. Because even Jesus feels pain. That's right. Even Jesus cried. Mm-hmm. Huh? Am I telling the truth? All right, raise the roof then. Even Jesus feels pain, and even Jesus cried. Period. And the type of pain and hurt that I saw on Dr. King's face was a pain and a hurt of why are no one listening to me? And I derived to that point or to that understanding when he was steady pointing. His mouth was moving, but I could not hear any words. And as he was pointing, I cast my eyes. Well, I followed his hand, his arm, his hand, where he was pointing, and I saw this 30, 40, 50 jet passenger plane. I saw it. It was an old model plane. And then all of a sudden, I looked from the wing of the plane to the ground. And when I looked to the ground, it was like I'm standing here and the plane or whatever was like maybe 2, 3, 4 feet away from me. Okay. So I wasn't standing in what I saw, but I still seen it. It was a big old pool of, think of the biggest pool that you can ever put in your yard, and it was bigger than that. That's the best I can describe it. It was bigger than that. And the next thing I saw was police officers from back in the 60s, and I knew it was the 60s. Police officers from back in the 60s. They either had a sheet or a tarp, a plastic tarp. It was either a sheet or a plastic tarp. And just like how if you ever made up a bed, you fluff the sheets up, and sometimes whenever I make up our bed, if I'm doing that to the sheet, I'll still remember that dream. Because it was either a sheet or a plastic tarp that I saw, but these cops fluffed it up and then brought it right back down again. And when they brought it right back down, it covered the blood. And as soon as it covered the blood, I heard something going just like that. The blood was the tarp covered the blood, and the ground sucked it up. The blood and the tarp was sucked into the ground. It was, and the sound like just like that. That shit still give me chills. Mm-hmm. And I look back at Dr. King, and I mean, he just started weeping. And I rubbed him on his back. I said, "It's all right. It's all right." Now I'm telling you what I said. I said, "It's all right. It's all right." He was steady trying to talk. And if you ever seen the movie, and I would recommend this movie to anybody because I love the movie. Carol loves the movie. It's written by Stephen King. It's called The Langoliers. It's called The Langoliers. Well, at the end of the movie, because these things come out of yesterday and eats up tomorrow. It's a weird movie, but I love it. At the end of the movie, the people, the survivors on the plane that survived everything went into this, what you call the place?
The terminal. The
terminal. They went into the terminal, stood upside the wall because they were waiting for the people to appear again. Well, after a time that they stood upside the wall, you could see like little silhouettes of people started walking by. That right there is what I saw. Only the people that Dr. King was trying to speak to was the people of our day. They had on the clothes that we wear today. Now, if I'm lying, God can kill me. And I never understood the significance of that dream until I started hearing so-called ministers, so-called believers of Jesus Christ. And I'm talking about dumb niggas. And then you had some dumb damn white folk who was doing the same thing. MacArthur, he one of them with his racist ass. Yeah, Pastor MacArthur. I got go on YouTube. It's on there. Vodi Bakum, which is a black man, he part of that shit too. And I'm gonna pull up some videos so I can prove it. Who else, baby? Justin Peter with his cripple ass. You want me to say it again? I'll say it again. Justin Peters with his cripple ass. And his problem is he just mad because he wanted God to heal him. And because he didn't get no sudden healing, he going around telling people that God don't heal. Oh, you a damn fool. That's why God didn't heal your old cripple ass. You gonna be in hell right along with Stephen Hawkins. I bet you right now he like shit. I don't give a damn about that motherfucker. Okay. I don't care nothing about Stephen Hawkins. Y'all worship that piece of shit. I don't worship him. He came out and said there is no God and he can prove it. Stephen, you ain't proved it yet.
No, but it's been proven to you.
But it's been proven to you that there is one. So now sit your little funky ass in hell. Shit. Can't move, bitch. Shit. Period. I stand 10 toes down when you talk about my dad. The one who saved my life from from a lame piece of shit named Terry James Mungin, which do not like to call himself my daddy. When you talk about my dad who saved me from drowning by closing up the mouth of an alligator, you ain't got to believe it. And I stood on the gator's back because my stupid ass couldn't swim. And I was drowning. You what? You talking about my dad, who my stupid ass did not want to be my stepson's father or his stepdad, but trying to be his friend, even after his mother asked me, do not let him drive. And guess what? It ain't no ill will to that young man, Marquise. It ain't no ill will to him. That was my fault. That was not his fault. Because he didn't leave me there. He stayed right by my side. You talking about my dad, who I was in a car accident and the car flipped 13, 14, I don't know how many. I still don't understand how the hell they counted that like that. But the paramedics and whoever said that it's because of the indentures that be in the road that they can count, how many times that they made an impact. They said that car was crushed. I never saw the car. But Valencia Patrice Hampton can tell you about that one. I never saw the car. They airlifted me to Shands Hospital. And you think I'm just gonna sit up here and let you run down my father? You lucky I don't punch your crippled ass in your damn face. You lucky I don't do that. Period. I think John the Baptist, him and I gotta be some kin. Cause he would repent. He would drown the shit out your ass. Repent. He didn't care, bro. That's what's wrong with a lot of y'all fly by night today. You done got so soft you don't stand for Christ no more. David got angry. David was willing to chop your whole head off for his Lord. Paul got angry. Peter got angry. He chopped off the police ear. And that was the police back in the day. Period. I don't go around starting nothing, but when you want to talk about my father, I don't care what the rest of y'all do. That's my daddy. He belongs to me. He don't have to belong to you. Fuck that. When my daddy, that fuck boy who left me and went around spreading lies, and you take your son's girlfriend and bed her down. My God. You damn right I got issues. I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't hang around y'all. None of you. You damn right I got issues. Because there has never been no closure. Yesterday, a damn salamander. Well, the day before yesterday, whenever a damn salamander was in Walmart. looked me dead in my face, son of a bitch, and didn't breathe not one word of I'm sorry. But you see my wife in another store and tell her what happened shouldn't have happened. You look me dead in my motherfucking face, son of a bitch, and wouldn't say nothing. But you know what? There gonna be a lot of Jesus, I'm sorry in hell. You know what Jesus gonna say? I can hear him now. You know what Jesus gonna say? I'm not the one you should have told you was sorry.
Exactly.
I'm not that one. You should have told that young man you were sorry. But because I'm God, I got to move myself away from you. He gonna use your words against you. I didn't do a damn thing to y'all. Not a damn thing. I go on. Graduate. Not proving nothing to y'all. Fuck that. I had to prove something to myself. But you can't keep a good man down.
That's right.
I had to prove something to my little boy. That your daddy ain't moved by what man say. But if man get in my way, I will gently and methodically move his black ass on up the hill to the cemetery. Huh?
Go on in Jesus' name.
I'm one of them brothers you can't intimidate. I'm allergic to intimidation. Intimidation. I'm allergic to that. The same stuff, the same truth, my truth that I put on the internet, I tell you your damn face.
That's right.
And anybody know me will tell you that. Period. We can fight about it, talk about it, or walk away, walk it out. But I'm not going to change my words. I promise you I won't. I didn't change my words in front of Judge Vonnedo's ugly ass face. Even, you know you're a bad boy with the judge. When the judge sit up there and be like, did you just tell me? I say, yeah. I told him that if he keep bothering me, I was going to slap his ass through that damn concrete. I meant every damn word of it. Now, this was years ago. Wasn't recent. It was, what, 2010? 11? Because I done calmed out a whole hell of boy. You know, boy, I used to be hell. I used to be hell. I said, yeah. I told him that shit. Slap his ass through that goddamn concrete wall. I said, but what y'all put out a warrant on me for, talking about terrorist threats and acts, I said, you can change that, Judge. You don't tell. I said, I'm telling you your job. You can change that. I said, because if I acted on what he doing sitting there. So you can't charge me with an act. And it really wasn't no terrorist threat. I told her, I said, that was a promise. I wasn't threatened. You was like, you and Maurice, please stop. Please stop. You better agitate the blunt. And that was recent. You gonna hit my damn car, they're gonna tell me in the goddamn courtroom that you stalking me. But not, you didn't say stalking, but you know, I was on his page, and Carolyn, that did something to my head, bro. Yeah. That did something to my head. What's up, young man? All right, brother. Yeah, I mean, that did something to my head when he said, because I thought about my family. Yeah. I'm like, motherfucker, you what? What? I said it right there in front of Judge Gibson. I forget the prosecutor name. The bald-headed white dude. Yeah. Detective Blunt, but he wasn't detective at the time. And, you know, I say, motherfucker, don't let this goddamn suit fool you, boy. I said, you talking about you lurking? Bitch, I'll take this slur right now and beat your ass. Because I meant that too. He had just, exactly. So I'm like, motherfucker, you stalking? You from Homerville too? I'm not the nigga you gonna think you gonna try to fucking intimidate. That's not me. Clip up on your head. Tell the Blunt St. Maurice. No, I'm sorry. He said Mungie. Munjin, I don't want to arrest you. Munjin, I don't want to arrest you. I'm like, man, this Munjin, go out. I went out there and I sat with Donna Waters. She, hey man. I'm my baby though. Hey man, what you doing out here, man? I'm finna knock that motherfucker head off. I'm doing out here. This the best place for you then, man. What's wrong, Bubba? Cause daddy talking. Go play now. You said you want to come outside today. Eventually, I'm gonna take you back over to that park. Stop. You ever notice every time I tell him no, he start being destructive? You can't get your way with me all the time, son. You
going to a farm. I had a dream about
You ain't had no dream about no stop lying, Zion. Zion, you ought to stop yourself. Tell me he had a dream that we went to the park. That's it. We'll tell him I want to go to the park. You'll probably go this weekend because daddy gonna cook up a storm this weekend. I'm gonna make y'all a bean pie. I know you never had one. I never made one. I decided to go ahead on. I was deciding against it because I felt like, dude, you still trying to be in, but I'm not. That's what You ever had a bean pie? Y'all gonna throw me on some cabbage? Well, see, you see, we got my mind at. Zion, go play now. Daddy gotta get this video done and out. I love you. Did you hear that shit? That nigga mad like a motherfucker. He can't get his way with me all the time. He said, don't go to the park.
He got to get that out.
He got to get that out of him.
Because he'll catch an attitude quick when you tell him no.
He just did it right now.
You tell him no.
Trying to take my damn mirror off my damn shit. He's cute now. Won't be cute when his ass get older. But he'll probably be right then. Because I try to tell him, son, you can't. And I know that I started that somewhat. Okay, a lot. But still yet. He's all I got. I don't have anything else. I don't have nobody else. God, you, and my son. Who else I got? Think about it.
He loves his daddy, though.
I just thought about it. Do you remember when their house caught on fire? Well, not caught on fire,
Yeah.
but it started. You remember the cops that came out here lining the road?
Mm-hmm.
They looked at you, they looked at me. They said, we like what y'all wear. I say, what? They say, I said, it ain't for y'all, it's for him. No, it's for protect him. I say, man, these people going damn crazy around here. I said, these people going for, but anyways, baby, what was I talking about? See, that's why I don't. So, anyways.
And you was talking about the dream, and you was like,
yeah, I mean, yes, I told Dr. King, okay, I said, don't worry about it. I mean, and he wouldn't stop crying. I said, don't worry about it. I did not understand the significance of what was going on at all until I started hearing the rumblings, the bullshit that people is saying about Dr. King. How dare you? How dare you? And I'm going to pull up some video. But at the end of my dream, before I woke up, I looked Dr. King in his face. He looked me square in my face, eye to eye. We were like this. And I don't know whether I told him, I'll see you later or I'll see you soon. But I know I told him one of those. Listen, you think he going to heaven? I didn't say that. I could go to hell and still see him. We all got to be judged. He gonna be in that line too. So I'm not saying, oh, you going to heaven. That's not what the fuck I said. I wouldn't even be so arrogant to say that stupid shit. That's just dumb. And anybody else that say that stupid shit, you arrogant as hell. The Bible says we all should have a hope.
That's right.
You all should have a hope. That's it. That's all you get. So I will be a damn fool to sit my ass up here and tell I'm going to heaven. No. This ain't Shirley Caesar. But her coochie licking ass. Shut up, Morris. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. I need, hey, I think them people right. I need a filter, man. I need me a goddamn filter because I don't care.
You're real.
Carolyn, that's all I can be. I can't be no other way, baby girl, except real.
There's no fake.
I hate fake people. If you got to be that way with me, don't be that way with me, bro. Fuck you. Guess what? I don't need you. You don't need me. So why be fake to me? Be real. Show me real love, not no fake shit, bro. Anybody that I ever fucked with will tell you Munjin has never been fake with me.
That's right.
He's always been real. I take that after this woman right here. That woman right there. That's my heart. She's my grandmother. Hey, Jasmine, I think you got an admirer on the this time she a female. Well, she the one looked at to my damn. I didn't say it. She said the car just passed by. The other thing, Jasmine, you can pull them out, Gates, Jasmine. You pull them out, Gates. You gonna get your black ass out of my house with that bullshit, but you pull them out, okay? Nasty. Be like Bernie Mac, you nasty motherfucker. All this big out here, you want to go lick on some damn coochie, you nasty motherfucker. God, that's good coffee. Or as I like to say, that's good Joseph. That's why Joseph stayed with Mary, boy. She can make some good coffee, boy. Uh-huh. So anyways, I'm going to pull up these videos. And I'm going to let you talk. You think you can handle that?
Yeah.
You sure? You're not afraid?
No, I'm not afraid.
I know it's kind of dark, but wait a minute. There you go. Can you see?
Mm-hmm. No, I was just thinking about your dream. And, you know, and like I said, and every time I hear it, it still has the same effect because I can see, especially Black people, and I say that because of yes, Dr. King, you're right. Dr. King did help a lot of white people. There were a lot of white people who supported Dr. King. But when you have Black people running him down,
Yep.
that's even more offensive because he died helping sanitation workers.
Mm-hmm.
He gave his life so that Black people, as I said before, you didn't have to feel inferior.
Nope.
You didn't have to feel like that you was less than a man or a woman. You know, the simple fact of your house burning down, but because you a Black person, the fire department take its time coming, so you lose everything because of racism. You know, and there was no laws that basically protected Black people from instances like that. You look at what happened to Emmett Till.
Mm-hmm.
You look at what happened, you know, even with Dr. King. There's a picture of Dr. King with Coretta. and he's got this big Kool-Aid smile on his face. And I had read in one of his books that he was smiling. You would think, in that picture, you would think he was smiling because he saw Coretta, whatever the case may be. But he was smiling because he was like, I became a convicted felon today. And guess what? And his charge for being a convicted felon was because he led a march, because he had he led a protest. He was marching the streets. That's what he was arrested for. And when you think about the people today, there are people today, as I think I watched on a YouTube video, and they was asking certain black people about what did because it was MLK Day, and they was asking black people what did that day mean to them. And a lot of them was like they didn't even know who Dr. King was. They had absolutely no clue as to what he did. And so when I think about the dream that Maurice had and what's going on, what's being taught today, how is it that you don't know the sacrifices that Dr. King made? You don't know about the 4 little girls that was killed in church by a racist person bombing a church. The only thing they was doing was getting ready for their Sunday school class. You don't know your history. And and I believe that's one of the reasons why Dr. King was crying in your dream, is because our young people are not being taught this. And nobody is listening to what has been said. You're supposed to learn from the past so you don't make the same mistakes, so that history does not repeat itself. But it seems like we're going backwards instead of going forward.
We are.
And when you think about not just Dr. King, like you said, you got Harriet Tubman, she risked her life to get people to the Underground Railroad so they could get to freedom. She had to give up everything that she had in order to work so that black people could be free, so that slaves could be free. But you don't hear about these things anymore. You don't hear about a lot of people. They don't know about Fred Shuttlesworth, Reverend Shuttlesworth, who marched with Dr. King, who helped in the struggle. And it's sad that you got people like Voddie Baucham and John MacArthur and Justin Peters. The only thing they want to do is run down Dr. King. Dr. King was a man. He was not God. Therefore, he was human and subject to error, as we all are. Nobody on this side is perfect. We all have faults. We all have things that's why we are in need of a savior. We can't save ourselves. That's why we all need Jesus. That's why we all have to repent. But when you have people such as Dr. King, and you don't talk about the accomplishments that he made, you don't talk about the positive things that he did. Only thing you want to do is run down his negative aspects. That's what's wrong with people today. They always want to talk about the bad. They never focus on the positive, never focus on the good. Always want to, why? Because you get more likes and you get more views talking about the negative stuff. I mean, if you read, it's sad.
And my wife is right. It is sad. But I'm going to tell you what I see. I finally found my 3 videos. They're long, so I'm not going to play them, but I will let you guys, if you want to hear the bullshit that comes out of their mouth about Dr. King, you can go on YouTube yourself and find, and there's many, many others who are trying to do this rundown game dealing with Dr. King. Okay. Zion, stop now. I saw what you did. I'm right here with you. I see. The reason why these bastards want to focus on the bad and not the good is because they are jealous. Okay, I don't give a damn what nobody say. You can say what you want to say. They are jealous because they see that they funky ass is getting old. Okay, they see that they don't have the clout that, and I use this term loosely when I'm talking about Dr. King, the clout that Dr. King, maybe I shouldn't use clout with him because he wasn't a clout chaser. They don't have the, thank you, Father, the response of the people, thank you, that Dr. King had. So, but see, Dr. King never pushed his own agenda. They are. He never pushed his dogma, that his own, the bullshit. Okay? They are. Dr. King didn't push Dr. King. Dr. King pushed Christ. Okay? And once I get finished showing you guys, here's a lot that we wrote concerning Dr. King, because I was going to do this on his birthday, but I'm going to do it now in a minute. So here's a lot. And I gave this to, I titled The Achievements of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to Vody bitch ass Bauckham, John MacArthur, and Justin weird ass Peters. Okay. Now, they are a bunch of damn haters concerning Dr. King. They do not have the response of the people. So, and I'm like this. As soon as my spiritual leader, besides my wife, is Dr. Tony Evans. As soon as Dr. Tony Evans leave this world to go home to glory, they're going to run him down. Watch what I tell you. And I'm going to tell you why. Dr. Tony Evans is the first black man to ever have a published Bible in the Smithsonian. No other black man has a book there. God has blessed Dr. Tony Evans. And wait a minute. Well, he changed. No, he's not. Very bad. Oh, all right. So, this is Carolyn's King James Version Bible, okay? What's wrong with that? Nothing. And this is Dr. Tony Evans, okay? I bought 2 of them. Mama Lewis is buried with hers. This is Dr. Tony Evans' Bible. This is the Bible that he has in the Smithsonian, okay? One thing that I did is I told my baby, I said, Carolyn, pray first. She did. I say, now, if what Dr. Tony Evans is saying in here does not coexist, throw it in the garbage. I can prove to you he has not changed into anything. All Dr. Tony Evans did was explain. That's all he did. He breaks it down what dumbasses like me can understand. That's all he did. He breaks it down what simple-minded fools like me can understand the word of God. That's what he did. Because I'm a simple-minded fool, okay? I can't understand the thou and there's a lot of words in the Bible that I don't understand. But if you get you a Dr. Tony Evans Bible, I bought it off of Amazon. Okay, it should be because I got mine what $70 something, I believe. Well, after tax. Yeah. So, anywho, look, it reads the same way as the King James Version. He just breaks it down and go into depth of whatever that he's talking about, that the Bible is talking about, shall I say. Okay? So as soon as Dr. Tony Evans leave this earth, yeah, please. As soon as Dr. Tony Evans leave this earth, they're going to talk about him. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. That's how niggas roll. And you know what? Some niggas can't wait to get down with the white man. And I'm talking about all white people. Don't get it twisted. But some niggas are still house niggas. Dare I say it? Say it? Yes, I will say it. Some niggas are still porch monkeys. Period. I said what I said and meant what I said. They still yassa massa. Let me ask a personal question. What the fuck can most white people tell me about that great leader? When damn near 95% of the white population was racist. MacArthur has been proven to be a racist. Just pull him up. Pull him up. Justin Peters is a racist. Pull him up. Vodi Bakum is a jackass bitch. And a dumb donkey. And he always trying to cite his what's this shit he said he took up? Jiu-jitsu. He had jiu-jitsu or judo. I don't give a fuck about no bullshit ass jiu-jitsu or judo, bitch. He all your draws, motherfucker. For real, nigga. Stop. He all your damn draws. Motherfucker, I kickbox too. So what? So what? I should not have to defend what I'm talking about 24/7. Every time I talk, he bringing that shit up. I should not have to defend what I'm talking about. Yeah, this must be my jujitsu acting. Must be my judo. What the fuck you say that training acting? No, that's your Tourette's acting up, you damn bitch. But I digress. So that's the problem. That's all they want to focus on. But Dr. King didn't die in some other female's bed. I don't care what he did. We all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That's right. What skeletons is in your closet? I can hear the Lord say. Be careful. Trying to rock against one of his. Because I'll expose the hell out of you. Be careful. Be careful. So that's their problem. These people, these dogs, uncircumcised cows, is nothing but a bunch of hating fools. So my first video that I'm going to play for y'all is Vodi Bakum. And I want you to listen to what he calls Dr. King and then the category that he puts Dr. King in. This is a minute and 22 seconds. I'll let this one play on through. Hopefully y'all can see this. Yeah. So I'm going to let this one play on through.
everything, not just our home and our education. But there was a man who has a monument now in Washington, D.C. That man was a neo-Marxist and a socialist and a pastor and a tremendous orator. And his name was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was wrong on the gospel and he was wrong on worldview as a liberal Marxist socialist. But he left a tremendous legacy. Among that tremendous legacy is another pastor who bought into his neo-Marxism, who is more of an open Marxist than King ever was, who has identified himself as such, who taught Black liberation theology faithfully for a long time. And for 20 years, he taught that neo-Marxist Black liberation theology to a man by the name of Barack Obama. And now that man is in the White House doing what his pastor discipled him to do, which was exactly what he saw modeled by the leaders in the generations before him, one of whom now has a monument in Washington, D.C. These things don't happen by accident, and they don't happen overnight.
Now, as you can see, Uncle Tom's Cabin bitch ass sitting up there with a whole bunch of white people. What's wrong? And let me exclude the black people and let me talk to these niggas. Y'all like what I said? Okay. Let me take my rings off. Oh, by the way, y'all like them? That's that fantasy right there. Fantasy football and fantasy hockey. You got to bet on your teams. I won. So let me talk to... Hold on a minute. Let me talk... I'm going to take off my watch too. Because you know how me get ready to fight a bitch? You got to take everything off. Take off my chain too. Wait a minute, time, bitch. My wife bought me this beautiful necklace, chain, whatever you want to call it. I take all this. My wife bought me this beautiful chain. What was that? 2008? I want to say 2008. Yeah, 2008. And I still got it. So now that I done took off all my shit, I'm ready to fight. Period. And if anybody know Monday, they know. Well, let us pray. All right. So let me exclude the black people and let me talk to these fuck niggas. Okay? Let me say that again. Let me exclude the black people. Because I'm black. But I'm mixed, but I'm still black. My wife black. I don't know if that thing right there black. She don't look black. She like a hippo. My son black. But his mom... Man, look, you got to ease that ugly up on people. Let me talk to these niggas. Not black people. These niggas. Let me ask you a question that Malcolm X asked. Who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you that? Because whoever taught you that long gone, you still doing it. So now you teaching it to your own damn self and to them rotten ass ugly children that you about to have. You up there skinning and grinning with these racist motherfuckers. And MacArthur is a racist. You call Dr. King. You might as well say you call him Barack Obama. Hey, jackass. I said this the other day. Barack Obama is not black. Nary black person, I'm finna say nigga, nary black person on this planet, if you black, got a name called Barack Hussein Obama. Nary one of us. He ain't black, stupid bitch. Damn. That's what's wrong with y'all niggas. That's all y'all see is black skin. Y'all consider that black. Guess what? Africans don't like your punk ass. Sure don't. Period. Most Africans do not like black people. I would never call an African a black man. Never. Because he's not black. He just happened to have black skin. How can I put this? Do you know black is a culture? It has nothing to do with your skin. Y'all will never understand that. It has nothing to do with your skin color. Nothing. That sun keeping it kind of hot. Black is dependent on who you are. See, you know how I know that it has nothing to do with your skin color? Because I'm not black, totally. Y'all dumb motherfuckers say I'm black, but I'm not. It's not that you hate yourself. No, I don't. How the hell can I deny who I am on the inside? I'm not black. I just happen to have brown skin. But I'm not black. So it has nothing to do with your skin color. Y'all think it is. Because that's all you see. That's why you fucking idiots vote for these motherfuckers that look black to you. Kamala Harris. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I did not mean to disrespect you, Vice President. Komodo Dragon Harris is not black. But y'all think she is. Y'all better search that bitch history. You better search her history. I did it. She is not black. Period. Let me tell you something. They have never put a black person, save one, in the White House. And you know what? They never will. Uh-oh, I better shut up, ain't I? Do your homework behind Komodo Dragon Harris and then come back and tell me that she black. Because y'all see black skin. She's black. No, she's not. No, she's not. I am mixed with white, Cherokee, and African American. Or black. But I'm not black. That's not my culture. Not at all. I have several different cultures. And honestly, if you trace your time... Let me shut up. Because see, some of y'all ain't going to do. All you got to do is go to Ancestry.com. And you will find that you've been wrong a long time. What's wrong with him? You want to get sprayed with that hose? Don't put it directly on him, but you can wet him up. That's what he want. Hot nutty ain't about it. No, because he want to do what he want. He want to wet her up, and then he want to wet himself up. You need to take those headphones off of if you gonna play in that water. I ain't buying them headphones. That's the full pair of headphones I done bought for him. Little handsome butt. You just as handsome as 1, 2, 3. You know that. You know that, Bubba. Oh, don't put your head on this truck, Zion. You don't know what the hell been on this damn truck. Stop. Go in and play. Go in and play in the water. Search your history, fool. Search your history. Komodo Dragon Harris is not black. There's only one man that was black that they put in the White House, and they don't even talk about it. They don't even talk about it. And because they say that it never happened, y'all believe that shit. And his name was what?
John Hanson.
John Hanson. He was endorsed by who, do you remember?
George Washington.
George Washington. They wrote him out of the books. You the first president, first black president. Barack Hussein Obama. You a Barack lie. He's not black. You know why they wrote John Hanson out of y'all history books? You know why? Oh, Lord, how can I put this? How can I put this? Because y'all not going to believe this. And it's sad. Y'all will call me a conspiracy theorist. And yes, I am, to my heart. Because what y'all deem is crazy, the truth has always been stranger than fiction. Period. So what y'all deem crazy, I don't deem that crazy. How can I put this? Because ain't there one of you, most of y'all is not going to believe this, but your votes don't matter worth a fuck. They don't. You can keep going to the polls all you want to. But I have said this. Let everybody stop voting and see if they still don't put somebody in that White House. I've said that. Your vote stopped counting when Bush did what he did, and y'all still stupid enough to go do it. Y'all still stupid enough to go do it. Bush lost the race, but gained the White House. What the fuck is that telling y'all? Oh, he was just one that got through, that was all. You dumb sack of shit. He wasn't just one that got through, that was all. Many of them did this. Bush said on a damn private jet. He said on a damn private jet to his brother, Jeb Bush, which was the governor. I'm finna be the president. Look, his brother dead in his face and said, I'm finna be the president, watch. We've already won this. Y'all say, oh, that was just confidence. Nah, he was telling your face what he gonna do. In other words, your votes don't matter. Your votes don't matter. Not no more. My God. When your votes mattered, all you got to look at is that every time y'all voted the right person in, they killed them. Stupid ass. Why am I going there? Every time the people spoke, they killed y'all president. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
You know me. I'm a history buff. I love history. Every single, that's how you know when y'all voting right. That motherfucker gonna die tonight. I had to rhyme there.
Abraham Lincoln was never supposed to be the president.
He was never supposed to be the president, but somebody was up there counting them damn votes. What? What you gonna do? Oh, okay, come on here, Abraham Lincoln. You finna be the president. Everybody voting for you. They killed him. And then they blame it on John Wilkes Booth. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. You know what? I can't stand sheep-ass people, bro. Why am I going here? I can't stand sheep-ass people, unlearned fools. And I ain't talking to all y'all. But my wife would tell you, Jasmine would tell you, I stay in my room when I ain't got nothing else to do almost all day long looking at history. Am I lying?
Nope.
And I don't research this any history because YouTube ain't gonna tell you the truth. I got a certain site that I can go on. And to keep their site alive, they keep moving it to this site, that site, this site, that site. Oh, they smart now. I got a direct link to a certain site that you would be like, what the fuck? Am I lying?
Nope.
All I can tell you starts with a V. Tomorrow, it might be an N. Now, you think, I don't give a fuck. That's where I learned from. Period. Your votes don't count. Period. They don't count. Well, they took a pot shot at Trump. Y'all some fucking idiots. Y'all some fucking idiots. Trump is a bitch ass motherfucker. And so is Komodo Dragon Harris. They all stand from the same. Let me tell you something. If you research these people back, they bloodline. They all come from the same fucking bloodline. Do you know, and I've said this, do you know that a motherfucker already know from the time they are born who gonna be the president? They already know you're gonna be the next president. I'm serious. They already know this. From the time they are born, those children are protected. Let me shut up, bro. Let me shut up. But see, I ain't scared of the truth. Never have. I ain't scared of nobody. Never have, never will be. My motto is I respect all, but I fear none. Period. Because if God just happened to slip, which he don't slip, there's something wrapped around our hip that will make you do a dip and shove your ass on off to the crib. Swing low, sweet chariot. You can believe that. If you actually set some of y'all crazy ass down and stop running to them goddamn poles, I believe y'all want to be Santa Claus. Cause y'all run, you run here, you run there, you run here, and you don't never sit there and pray. And please don't tell me that you do. Please don't tell me that you do, because you don't. You don't pray. You don't pray. Do you know if the people get together and pray, God will send you the right president? And there's nothing they can do about it. But because you don't pray, he let you have what you want. And in turn, people like me, Carol, and so many other people, we have to catch the rebuttal of the bullshit that y'all claim y'all elected. And you didn't. You didn't. These people come from the same exact bloodline. I saw something very weird. I can't find it no more on YouTube. Sometimes things do slip by, but one thing that I know about YouTube, they monitor that. I mean, it's like they will monitor that like a motherfucker. What you see today, that you know, you won't see it tomorrow. I saw something very weird. Stephen Curry, that's his name, Stephen Curry, the basketball player, went to the White House. A basketball player went to the White House, bypassed security, went in the main office where Barack Obama was. Barack Obama grabbed the door and closed the door behind him and Stephen Curry. They stayed behind closed doors for a long time. The next thing you know, Stephen Curry came out. People ask Stephen Curry, so what y'all talk? Oh, he was just teaching me about basketball. What, nigga? But I just saw Barack Hussein Obama throw a pitch, and he was teaching. So he tried to take you behind closed doors, and teach you about some balls. See, I ain't even trying to implement nothing. My wife, what? No. See, there you go, reading stuff in there I ain't say. All I... Yeah, you go read you said it. But I ain't... All I say, he just took him behind the door, trying to teach him a lesson in some balls. I mean, a basketball. Why he had to take you behind closed doors to do that? I don't get that. The same balls that was behind closed doors is on the basketball court. Them same sweaty ass balls that basketball players be putting their hands on. It's the same thing. So what? Damn, so he got a basketball court in there? Because I ain't seen none. You went in the office, motherfucker. What were y'all using as a net? Aye. Yeah. What was y'all using as the net? I'm finna see your butt on the inside, Zion. What was y'all using as the net? Please tell me so I can tell me. Michelle? Hold your hand like this. Remember we used to do that? Hey, we were scared to have a whop his dead in the motherfucking face. We ain't had no net. You better not move either. And you knew he was lying. You could look in his face and tell he was lying. I wonder what he was told. When I saw that, I said, Carol, that don't make no sense. That's weird. You took this fool behind closed doors. He come out and just, but you know what? He wasn't the only one that they did that to. Trump took Kanye West behind closed doors too. It was just him and Trump. Maybe they was talking about how big his jaws was gonna be. Kanye West got some big ass jaw with his fake ass. And I was kind of fooled because I thought that Kanye West was really gonna turn to Christ. I really did. But I told the Lord, I said, Lord, he faking sure enough. Sure enough. He faked the funk all the way through. See, there ain't nobody I won't talk about. Nigga, shut up. You go to a party, a satanic ritual party, and you have a 2 or 3 naked women up on the table and people eating food off their genitals. Yeah, I said it. They eating food off their genitals, off their private parts. The women just laying up there on the table, covered in nothing but fruits and shit. Butt bunky naked. This is what Kanye West, that's a ritual, y'all. But shh, y'all don't want to hear that truth right there. Because the truth has always been stranger than fiction. So we rather believe fiction, not facts. But getting back to my second video. Now, that was the first video of Voddie Baucham. He called Dr. King a Marxist. Carla, could you just explain to me what the hell a Marxist is?
A Marxist is a person who believes basically it's all about themselves. It's all about what they can get.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that sad?
Yeah.
All right, so this motherfucker right here, this is cripple ass Justin Peters. Okay, y'all forgive me for rambling, but this is cripple ass Justin Peters. Okay, no, I do not like him. Okay, I do not like him. Not at all. Okay, because ever since he asked for a healing from Christ and he saw that Christ did not do that, he went around telling people that God don't heal nobody. You know I'm not lying. Search him out. He went around telling people that there is no healing. You cannot ask God to heal you. There is no healing. There is this. There. I'm like, wow. He healed me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
I died. He brought me back. I died in the fucking hospital, and I know I did. Maybe not, I guess you want to call it clinically dead, but I went to the other side, and there is another side. Look for what y'all say. There is another side to this life. I know it for a fact, Jack. So this is cripple ass Justin Peters. Now I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's an hour and 35 minutes long, but just listen to some of what this fool said. Let's see. Hope y'all can see that.
Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Justin Peters. I hope that this finds you and your family doing well today. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Martin Luther King Jr., All of us should be very grateful for the needed and overdue societal changes that God in his providence used Martin Luther King Jr. to help bring about and enact in this country, the United States of America. But was he a Christian? He was a preacher, but was he truly a Christian? So a few weeks ago, John MacArthur was doing a live Q&A session at his church, Grace Community Church, and a question was asked him about T4G and the Gospel Coalition, and John MacArthur answered that question, and he talked about, he kind of lamented the fact that TGC hosted the MLK 50 conference back in 2018, which lauded Martin Luther King Jr. as a Christian, a true believer. But John MacArthur said that Martin Luther King Jr. was not a Christian at all. And that caused quite a firestorm on social media. Articles were written rebuking John MacArthur for that. And I want us to look at one of the more prominent articles that was written by a man named Justin Giboney at Christianity Today. And so we're going to look at the article, but we're also going to look at Martin Luther King Jr. We're going to look at his theology, his beliefs, and we're also going to talk about some of the personal integrity and character issues related to Martin Luther King Jr.
Ain't that some shit?
Now, to help me in this discussion,
Here come two niggas.
I employed the aid of two good friends of mine, Virgil Walker and Daryl Harrison, both of whom have done enormous amounts of research into Martin Luther King Jr., and so they are going to help us in this discussion. So, without any further delay, here's my interview with Virgil Walker and Daryl Harrison as we talk about Martin Luther King Jr. and consider the question, was he a Christian? Well, Daryl, Virgil, brothers, good to see y'all. It is a joy to have you on my YouTube channel. And
Niggas.
Daryl and Virgil and I have been friends for the last number of years. We've spoken at a number of the same conferences together, and I've come to really treasure and value their friendship, and they're very much like-minded and brothers from another mother, as they would say. So, brothers, welcome to my channel. Thank y'all so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us, man.
Justin, thanks, man. Glad to be with you.
Thank you, Massa.
My honor. So,
Thank you, Massa.
brothers, just give us a brief little bio sketch of each of you, and like who you are, what your titles are, what you do.
So I'm originally from Atlanta, which is
My dear bride, you definitely experienced Tamika. She's an experience. She's a joy to be around, and
Do your thing, Miss Thing.
those who know her know exactly what I mean. We got 3 kiddos. 2 of them are back in Omaha.
I don't get all that.
pastors, theologians. Yeah.
Here comes John MacArthur.
So I want to play that clip right now for people to hear that. So, but within that context, he also mentioned something about MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. So let's listen to this, watch this clip here, and we'll come back on the other side.
Yeah. So there are some major organizations that have been around for the last at least 10 years. One was the Gospel Coalition. Started out with noble intent to bring different people together, leaders, pastors, theologians, around the gospel. It was very much like T4G, Together for the Gospel, that had that conference. We had as many as 10,000 people. I was a part of that every year at these huge conventions, and it was Together for the Gospel. But both of those organizations, well, T4G is basically non-existent. They bought into the deceptiveness of the woke movement and the racial baiting that was going on a couple of years ago, and it literally put them out of existence. I was thinking the other day how interesting it was that the last panel discussion that I was on at a T4G event was to honor R.C. Sproul, who had died, and I spoke at his funeral. This was, I think, 2017 or 2018. So the T4G guys wanted to honor him with a panel, and we spent an hour and 15 minutes, and it was just beautiful tributes to RC from all of us who knew him so very, very well. And the strange irony was, a year later, they did the same thing for Martin Luther King, who was not a Christian at all, whose life was immoral. I'm not saying he didn't do some social good, and I've always been glad that he was a pacifist, or he could have started a real revolution. But you don't honor a non-believer who misrepresented everything about Christ and the gospel in an organization alongside honoring somebody like R.C. Sproul.
Do not shop at Walmart until you see this. So my brother works at Walmart. I'm gonna let if whoever's still on, or if you watch it, I'm gonna have to stop it right there because it's starting to piss me off. And if anybody know me, they know when I get pissed off, the other side of hell comes out.
Yeah.
And y'all may think I'm crazy, so we gonna stop that right there. But if you want to finish listening to the bullshit of John bitch ass MacArthur, then you can go. It's titled John MacArthur, Christianity Today and MLK. Was Martin Luther King Jr. a Christian? Okay. I'm happy to tell these dogs no, he wasn't. I am grateful to tell these dogs no, he wasn't. He was not a Christian. He was not a Christian because he wasn't you. Okay? How dare you, racist ass piece of shit, John MacArthur. And it's been proven you a fucking racist. That's been proven. Period. How dare you say anything? And also, they get this bullshit from Jerry Falwell too. That's why he got his ass in a whole bunch of trouble, and including his raping, sexual molesting ass son. The Bible says, touch not his anointed and do his prophet no harm. Right. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was anointed and he was a prophet of God. You stupid son of a bitch. This is one of the reasons why I don't go to church. Period. Because I know me. I would have been done, walked up there and did a Will Smith. And then they're going to my ass being hauled off to jail. Period. MacArthur is a fucking racist. You don't have, you say because he said, I'm telling you because I know it. Listen, I used to follow John MacArthur before I started learning really about John MacArthur, because if you go to his videos, the man can preach. And he sound like that he just on fire for Christ, and he's not. In the comments was said that John MacArthur was doing a lady's husband funeral. But listen to this. Are you all right, baby? John MacArthur was doing a woman, was doing a lady's husband's funeral. You want to go inside and play your game? Zion, you want to go inside and play your game? Are you going to sit in this truck and be quiet? John MacArthur, okay, was doing a lady's husband funeral. Okay? And instead of him doing the funeralizing the woman's husband. Okay? Wait a minute. So y'all won't think I'm lying, because I love proof. I ain't gonna lie to you. We believe that people should talk. What?
Your lights. Huh? Your lights.
Look, just take that out in the house.
I can't have y'all keep interrupting me. So here it is. All right. This was just wrote 6 months ago. It says this man's yeah, he was performing a funeral. Perform my grandfather's funeral. No, I'm sorry. His daddy did this. This man, okay, this man's father, that's why I don't like being interrupted. This man's father, it says right here in the reading, this man's father, Jack, performed my grandfather's funeral in 1959. All he did was try to convert the attendees. My grandmother walked out. Here's someone else that says, yeah, it was the same with my grandfather. He got a JW, whatever the funeral, and 80% of all he said was how great JW was. Whatever the hell is JW? Just how great JW was and why people should join. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. I think I watched 10 minutes of the 40 to 50-minute funeral. Wow, here's another one. Same happened to my mom's funeral. We say mums. Same happened to my mom's funeral. It was pretty important. He basically called us all sinners. Wow. This is talking about John MacArthur. Someone else says that this man is a truly, I'm reading right from here from the comments. From the comments, okay? This man is truly a fucking, them. This man is truly, cuss it out, bro. Swear it out, brother. I don't give a damn. This man is truly a fucking racist. Calvin, there's a lot of people on here that's talking about John MacArthur and his family. Dude did that at my, here we go again. Dude did that at my grandmother's funeral. I'm not making this shit up. Dude did that at my grandmother's funeral. Yeah. Dude did that at my grandmother's funeral too. Rest of fam were deeply religious, so it was okay, I guess. But us younger folk were just kind of disgusted throughout the entire thing. In other words, and this goes on and on. In other words, he's pushing his own dogma, his own ideologies. That's what he is, an idiot. Okay? But for them to sit up there and say that Dr. King, his life was questionable at best. That's what Jerry Falwell. Let me find Jerry Falwell, okay? Let's see what this.
Our expectations and beliefs and guidelines and morals and whatevers. And if you don't, then you shouldn't live here. Simple as that. Well, I wanted to talk about some John MacArthur clips, some older ones, some from the pandemic era. One clip particularly I grabbed before it was scrubbed from the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never seen the light of day until today. I'm going to show it today for the first time.
Let's see what you got to say. I've never seen the video, so I don't know.
Because it was banned everywhere
it's this
during
dude that's
the
talking.
pandemic for misinformation. So it's going to be a pretty interesting clip, in my opinion. But the reason I wanted to talk about John MacArthur in the first place I'm sorry. I was looking at this song by Ted Nugent about jailbait. Well, I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. You know the song. I don't know how. I don't even know. Look, I don't have time to hit everything. We can only talk about this dude right now. Ted Nugent is his own can of worms. This is on rightwingwatch.com. Influential MAGA church pastor John MacArthur judges MLK Jr. as not a Christian at all. Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be like a clip of it. But like I said, we'll talk about.
Yeah, there's a clip. You must have been do a lot of research. There's a clip of it.
You know what? Let's go through the clips first. Let's talk about who the guy is before we jump in. If you're unfamiliar, because some people are, unfamiliar with who he is and what he believes and what he does. Let me show you who John MacArthur is. This clip is from 2022. It's early January 2022 is when MacArthur released this one.
I read the other day that one of the evangelical publicists, whatever that is,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
said he's happy to let us know that the new administration will uphold religious freedom.
Administration. Is he talking about Biden? I don't know. I mean, that should be
I want to get to it because I can't see
without
with all this.
If you're a Christian, it's a good reference to use for why Jehovah's Witnesses are wrong about their interpretation of the Bible. The last chapter of the book is 100 questions. So John MacArthur here has a set of moral beliefs that he to be Christian, evangelical Christian.
People to hell.
That he is correct about all of his beliefs. But there are other people out there that are more correct than him, believe it or not.
Administration supports religious freedom.
Authority away from me and allowing people to make their own choices. I don't want that. I want to make the choices for them. I want to force people to adhere to my beliefs about abortion or about being gay. Described the pastor and civil rights icon as a non-believer who misrepresented everything about Christ and the gospel. Fascinating that he's saying it that way, because Martin Luther King Jr. was definitely more socialistic. I mean, he was much more Jesus-like, this guy, than John MacArthur was. He was
coming from a non-believer.
By like a mile and a half than this guy right here. But John MacArthur doesn't seem to understand that, like Jesus was a socialist effectively. This just blows me away. Tell you what, guys, my wife is sick, so I'm going to go feed the cats real quick. I'm going to let this play. Watch this debate between Larry King and Gavin Newsom. Young Gavin Newsom.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Jerry Falwell because I'm going to go watch this when I go back in. But I want to go to Jerry Falwell, which is my last person because I got to go. I want to go to Jerry Falwell. So, what's wrong, baby?
I was just thinking about that. Like you say, it's sad when a non-believer
tells you that Dr. King was more Jesus-like than
and you supposed
and this dude is a non-believer because in his bio, I guess you call that, he says he's not a believer, but he's just that's what I was reading. I was looking at. It just amazed him how people are running down Dr. King like that.
Yeah.
So that's how I know he's not a believer.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
And you call yourself Steve.
You got something to drink? Drink, Bubba.
When you order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use in the future. So you'll have an emergency.
Well, the country's about to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. At this point, it's almost impossible to imagine that it was ever controversial to want to honor Dr. King. But in 1983, it certainly was to Jerry Falwell when he came on Crossfire.
Why not? I don't think we need any more holidays. Why not a Martin Luther King Day?
I just feel that there are other Black Americans and the corporate body of Black Americans who are due honor more than one recent individual about whom there's a great question mark even to this moment.
What is the question mark?
The question mark is that so far all the records on him are sealed. And neither you nor I really know what they're going to say.
Are you talking about his personal character,
Yes,
his personal morality, and his personal life,
and he may
as well as any connection?
He may be as clean as Billy Graham, but we don't know that because the records are sealed.
They was not celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King because he was black, jackass. And I can go on, but I'm finna end this. They was not celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. because he was black, dumbass. That's not what they were doing. I don't. That's not what they were doing. Okay, they was not. They were celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for what he stood for, not because he was black. Because if Elvis Presley did the same shit, they would have honored him because of what he did. Judge Jerry Falwell was a racist ass, and it's been proven that he was a racist. You know, it's one thing to be white and a racist, and it's a whole nother damn thing to be black and a fucking racist. I mean, that to be an African American and also to be a motherfucking racist. Because if you look inside of yourself, maybe you would find that you are very fucking stupid for hating on someone who walked the same road, the same path Jesus did. No, he was not Jesus. He was not God. He did not die for the world. He did not. But he died for what he believed in. And if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had not did or had not followed what Christ asked him to do, I have it from the highest authority, God was going to destroy this world all over again. And you don't have to believe that. I don't give a shit. This world was going straight to hell. Period. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I'll say it again, was not celebrated because he had black skin. Let's put it like that. That's not why they celebrated him. If that's the case, hell, I should be celebrated because I got light skin. My wife should be celebrated because she got black skin. It's not that, motherfucker. It's the achievements. My God, when I walked across that stage, not once but twice, they did not celebrate me because I'm half Caucasian. I'm half Indian and I have African American in me. That's not why they celebrated me. They celebrated me because of my achievements. Right. They did not give the diploma to a black man, to an Indian man, to a white man. They gave it to a man. See? They gave it to a man. They gave it to a man who walked his Via Dolorosa, who stayed the course. No matter how fucked up them damn papers was. Yeah, my wife, hey, you laughing at? You the one that was right. No matter how many words you had to motherfucking count. The man stayed the course, fool. That's why we celebrate MLK. Why you motherfuckers ain't talking about Christopher Columbus, the lying son bitch about you discovered America? Okay. Y'all still celebrating his damn day, and that motherfucker ain't never did shit.
As a matter of fact, Monday is Columbus Day.
Period. But you don't hear a motherfucker, and he lied.
He never discovered.
I discovered that the earth was round. No, flat. No, we'll say round or flat?
Round.
Round. You a damn lie. The goddamn stories discovered that the world was round when they said as the world turned. But y'all don't say nothing about that though, do you? No. Well, Christopher Columbus was a lying motherfucker, and y'all believe him.
Well, you think it's called America because it's named after the man that discovered it.
Period. No, y'all gonna keep his day up there. The one man that is being celebrated for his achievements, y'all want to tear down, who just happened to have black skin. But you motherfuckers are endorsed Trump. Orange face ass gorilla who don't know nothing that he talk about, sexually assaulting women. Grab him by the pussy. And tried to do it on TV. Oh, yes, he did. Tried to do it on TV. And y'all endorsed that. Yep, we already know what the hell y'all want. You want rapists. You want molesters. You want ignorant ass people in the White House. Since the last president, the last good president, John F. Kennedy, in my opinion, I believe he was the last good president. Do you know anymore?
No.
You sure? Because right after him, crazy ass
Lyndon Johnson,
LB, and he was slapped the fuck fool.
And after him was Nixon.
Notice how it all went downhill. Oh, we gotta do something about this. Just put in who you want to put in. Just let them know that. Just tell them that they vote right. That's all you got to do. I've already told y'all. You should know when you was voting right because they killed them. They killed them. And somebody took a pot shot at Trump. Shut your bitch ass up. You mean to tell me that boy got a clear shot to Trump's head and he just happened to miss? Do your thing, Miss Thing. He just happened to miss. You got that clear of a shot. Nobody saying nothing about you. Nobody said anything until the so-called shot rang out. Then he get up there holding up his old crooked ass fist. Motherfucker, you don't even like black people. I'll tell you straight up. Anybody that vote for Trump, you either racist or dumb as hell. That's how I see that. Anybody that vote for Komodo Dragon, you either racist or dumb as hell. Period. Because ain't never one of them bastards gonna tell you the truth. And they all play in the same circle. Y'all believe the hype. Because Barack Hussein Obama with his ugly fucking ass. He don't even look like he belong here in America. Kermit the Frog looking motherfucker. My president is black. My Lambo too. Shut the fuck up, young damn fleazy. You too? Well, no. I can't say that about Mystical. Because he said we got that black wife up in that White House, I would say. Who the hell gonna believe Barack Obama was black, y'all niggas? Y'all believe that? You know what? You got to be the dumbest motherfucker to vote somebody in office because of their skin color. So I tell you what, let them take off their skin and set it in the office. That's what y'all voting for. You're not voting for morals. You're not voting for ethics. You're not voting for values. You're not voting for someone who's going to do what is right. You're voting for a damn crook. Crook running against crooks. That's all that is. And they all run in the same circle and they all got the same agenda. Do away with the guns and put America like in a third world country. Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. It just happened to be that Trump was shot with a rifle. Well, ain't that something? You mean to tell me that fucking nerd didn't know that if he shot at Trump, that he wasn't going to get murdered? So why didn't he just walk up there and blow his fucking brains out? See that flag? Oh, wait a minute. That's not a flag. That's a piece of paper. That's exactly what that goddamn shooting was. False. And y'all believe it. He just happened to just... Let me tell you something. That shit has been done over and over again. Let's garnish sympathy. For what? They know Trump ain't never did nothing for America. Neither did Obama. And I still don't understand how they won't put military personnel in the White House. When they put my man in there, I wasn't even born then, but when I heard about it, I said, boy, they did something then. Mr. No Retreat and No Surrender. What was his name?
This is his friend.
And if you turned and ran, he'll kill your ass. General Ulysses S. Grant. They got rid of him too. Trust me. Anybody that was worth anything, they killed. Why y'all not getting that? Why y'all not getting that? You mean to tell me all this time that anybody could have took Trump out all of a sudden? And I could tell y'all what I saw. It's the same shit they do when they be doing this wrestling shit. You hit somebody across the goddamn head, you don't see no blood, but just as soon as somebody walk up to them or they grab themselves, it's called a razor blade. Or an already open wound. Let me shut up. And all they do is reopen it. He missing a part of his ear. So an idiot, a nerd that can't shoot. Y'all help me. Please, can y'all make this, can this please make sense to me? An idiot that can't shoot gets up on the top of a building, has a rifle. If you can't shoot, bitch, what you doing with a rifle? You should have just got a shotgun. In my opinion, I don't get me wrong, I like shotguns, but in my opinion, you don't take no aim with no shotgun. Them BBs go everywhere. They go everywhere. That's it. You ain't got to do much aiming. You can't shoot up shit. You crawl on the top of a damn building looking like the damn I Spy, the damn inch high to the private eye. Got you a little old scope and shit and you still miss. If that shit happened like that, motherfucker, you deserve to die. But I can tell y'all it did not happen like that. But y'all gonna believe that it did because the news wouldn't lie to us. Can y'all answer this, those of you? Why is it then that you guys see certain things on YouTube, the next thing you know is off? Like all this false flagging. Next thing you know it's off. I made sure that I can find just what I'm talking about right now. Especially that Sandy Hook bullshit. Everything dealing with guns is a push towards get the guns out of America. That's all it is. Y'all, oh Lord, y'all stupid. Most of y'all are stupid. Real talk. You see, they didn't successfully take the rifles out of people's hands, out of people's homes. They messed with the selector switch first. But some people got tricked. I don't need that damn selector switch. As long as my finger can work, I'm good. Am I lying? What the hell I need a selector switch for? They see that didn't do no good because they thought they were going to stop people from buying them. Nope. Now the cost of 223s, 5.56s are shooting sky high. Hell, the cost of a damn pussy ass 9mm round. Just a damn target round. Huh? Am I lying? A 50 round box. 50 rounds is almost $100 right now. Right now. It's over $50-something for one box. These are target shots. And y'all don't see nothing wrong. The first thing Trump said when he allegedly got shot, he talked about the guns. The main thing that they've been trying to push about Komodo Dragon Harris. She let a Mexicano rob this here woman and shot in the ass. It's all about guns. In other words, they finna make every last one of y'all convicted felons, and including you, Mr. Police Officer. You are not excluded. That's why I say some of y'all just so arrogant, you don't know that you 2 clicks away from being in them same. They must be in there, baby. Oh, no. You about 2 clicks away from being in these things. Trust me. They will take your own cuffs off of you and cuff your stupid ass. Oh, yes, they will. Where he get those from, my God, Daddy? Robert Benton gave him to me. You're about 2 clicks away. Because some of y'all ain't gonna go for the bullshit. So you ain't gonna have no job. If you ain't gonna get on program, and even if you do get on program, once they have got done using you, they're gonna do away with your dumb ass too. So you can expect it to come, because it will. It will. So you can run around here and see, yeah, my government love me. No, the hell they don't. No, the hell they don't. It's all about one thing. NWO. New World Order. But y'all ain't never gonna believe that. Some of y'all know it to be true. You're just scared of the truth. I'm not scared of it. Not at all, because I see what's coming. Like these fucked up storms. I heard a fool say the other day that your government cannot manipulate the weather. You a damn lie. If they can shoot something up in the clouds to make it rain, you better, I tell you what, you better do some research behind HAARP. Man can manipulate the weather. I don't give a fuck. And they can target that bitch. But y'all ain't never gonna believe that. You crazy. Okay, well, I just be crazy. But when y'all close your eyes and deaf and you stand before Christ and Christ show you, but he was telling you the truth, call me crazy then. Man can manipulate the weather and make it do what it wants to do and target certain areas. Let me shut up. I'm probably going too far. I'm probably going too far. I'm going to get, this is my last thing I'm going to talk about right here. I'll have my wife read it. I love the way she read. Okay. Man can manipulate the weather and target it to certain places. Y'all ain't got to believe that. Research HAARP. If you can find, you got to dig, y'all. I've been digging, and I know I wash my ass. But I've been digging for years. I've been digging since 2011, baby, 10, 11? No, because I really wasn't into it in 2008 or 9, really. I wasn't into it. I didn't start getting into it until I started going back researching 9/11. And that was around 10, 11. Y'all ain't got to believe it, but man can manipulate the weather and have it target certain areas. Tell me why Katrina happened. I'm good for what y'all say. Tell me why Katrina happened. Tell me why people were turned the fuck away from helping those people. Your own government has said and put out, my God, they have said and put out that they want to decrease the surplus population of this world. They've said this. It needs to decrease. Why you think that abortion is legal now? Hey, y'all just sound like the choir just did. The more babies that they sacrifice and kill. My God, you won't kill that one. I'll beat your ass like Elvis Presley into my finger. Thank you very much. So how you think they're going to do a mass genocide? Just go around shooting people? They can't do that just yet. Your government is cowards. Because they don't know what homes got guns. Now that's a fucking coward. That's a coward. You want to sit up there and kill people when you know that they ain't got no guns in their home. But if they got guns, keep that to themselves. So how else can we do this? Oh, yeah. The weather.
And then call it an act of God.
And then call it an act of God, but yet your bitch ass, come on somebody, but yet your bitch ass don't believe in God. Does that make sense to anybody? I'm not telling y'all no fairy tale. I have researched a lot of shit. And still researching stuff. I'm like what the Bible says. I chew up the meat and I spit out the bone. What makes sense to me, I'm going to hold on to. What don't make sense to me, I'm going to, because you got some people out there that's weird. You be like, man, you reaching now, homeboy. I don't listen to that shit. I'm 40, almost 43 years old. Next month, I'll be 43 if God allow me to live. I'm not bullshitting, y'all. I'm telling you the truth. What the hell I got to lie for? You niggas don't listen to me anyways. Until it happens. But God is allowing them to do this. He don't want it. He's allowing it. Why? Because you won't turn. You won't turn and go back to him. But if you think that man cannot manipulate the weather, you are stupid. Straight up. Straight up. Straight the fuck up, you stupid. Period. If they can take shit and send it out in orbit and make it stay up there, how the hell they can't manipulate the weather? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Well, there ain't no... Shut up, bitch! They had to find out how to do it. If a man can make a tree grow, they can't manipulate the weather. If man can create a bomb, an atom bomb, I'm glad it ain't Eve. If man can create a bomb to destroy blocks, they can't manipulate the weather. They can put a plane in the sky and make that bitch stay up there. What about that? The center of gravity, dumb motherfuckers. What about that? See, you want to talk about space? Let's talk about the space that's between your ears. Let me fill it up with something. They can't manipulate the weather. Are you serious right now? They can't do that. Man been manipulating the weather for a long time. They didn't just start this shit. And they can target storms to go certain places. That just all in the movies, remember. Truth has always been stranger than fiction. Many of truth is told in jest.
Yep.
Many of truth, what you watch on that TV, the Geostorm and all those movies you watch, they telling you something. Man can send anything up in the air. Period. And target that shit into certain areas. Why was people turned away in Katrina? The last thing I want to show you, now that I just went to that, you're going to hear something. And I want you to listen with your spirit, not with your natural ears. With your spirit. And you tell me. Certain places get certain phone calls to certain officials. No help. You tell them FEMA is not coming and they will not get any help. Think about that. Bodies are stacking up as we speak. What about the Carolinas, yo? Let me let you hear this. And then we're going to close out with the Dr. King. I know I talk a long time, but look, y'all got to wake up, man. My God, y'all got to wake up. You can go ahead and take him on inside because I'm going to get done. You need to go on inside, Dinah, and play your game. So once I show this and I'm done, I'm out.
I gotta say watch me out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What you mean bye-bye? I'm coming in a minute. Go ahead, Bubba. Zion, go ahead.
Don't say you saying bye-bye to the people. Come on.
You gonna put that on YouTube? That's on YouTube.
Come on, Bubba.
The heck is the goddamn thing?
The Hurricane Pauline.
Yeah, the interview. I'll find it in a second. Can't be that far away. Zion, wait. Don't you go to that doggone road. I'll find it in a second, baby. It was so sad when I heard it.
No.
That's not it. The hell off of me. Huh? She always doing that retarded mess. I don't be worried about her, 'cause that's her problem.
Kamala Harris opened America's borders to 1.4 million plus illegal immigrants. Georgia.
Give names out of respect for their privacy. What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here, reporting for Status Coup. So, by now, you probably know that Hurricane Helene is not limited to Florida. It's hitting other parts of the country, and it's hitting them very hard. Specifically, it's hitting parts of North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, and South Carolina. And different towns are fully underwater and have been hit very hard. So we're going to go into a little bit of detail. We're going to look at some videos. We're going to talk about what that means in the bigger sense. And also another thing, as far as sharing some on the ground details, I do have family in the area, specifically in the South Carolina area. They were right in the eye of the hurricane. So I'm going to share some information about what they're going through. I am going to be vague for the sake of their privacy, so I'm not going to put it on the screen or anything like that, but I will read it to you so you can hear some firsthand accounts of what some people are going through on the ground. So first things first, here's a little bit of footage here that I thought, let me make it a big. There you go. That's a much better. That's even better. How's that? You don't need me for this. All right, let's check this out. So this is from Tennessee. This is Irwin, Tennessee, and they're rescuing these people from the floodwaters. So that's something. Fortunately, those guys were rescued, but that was in Tennessee. They had to pull them out of the floodwaters. Here is something from Asheville, North Carolina. Lovely city, by the way. I love Asheville. It's a wonderful, wonderful place, and they are suffering right now. Here's something. I want to give it to the interview. Something from. We'll use Asheville, North Carolina. There it is. Okay.
I'm using a CGM and I don't have diabetes. Here's why. I wanted to lose weight, but in a healthy way
I apologize.
at a sustainable pace. My diet is personalized.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Quo. Happy to be joined by Amanda. You live about an hour outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Everybody on TV is seeing Asheville and the horrifying images of just the whole community seems like it's underwater. But this is spread far and wide. Hurricane Helene's devastation in Asheville and further out. Can you describe, again, I think you're about an hour outside of Asheville. Can you describe what's going on where you are, what your neighbors are dealing with, the long lines for everything from gas to food? And it seems, despite what we're hearing for the media, FEMA and the federal government might not be doing as thorough of a job as we need.
Absolutely. So I am in Forest City, North Carolina. We're in the foothills of the mountains, about an hour from the center of Asheville. We did sustain a lot of damage, but it was mostly high winds. We do have some flooding, but our town has, it's most of it's remained. The people are doing pretty well. We do have to, gas is limited. We have to sit in line for about an hour, and then you may have a $20 or $50 limit on what you can get, which you just burnt sitting there for an hour. And that's if you can find it. Like I said, we're fortunate. We have gas. But around us, every county, oh my goodness, the damage is devastating. Buncombe County, Mitchell County, all around us, McDowell County, Henderson County. The damage is just incredible. I've got, Chimney Rock, parts of Asheville, parts of Hendersonville, Marshall, Bryson City, Cherokee, and the lower parts of Lake Lure were or are still underwater.
Wow.
There are people that are still stranded. They're not getting help. They're stranded. They're landlocked. They're in floods. And FEMA, okay, so I did go up into Asheville yesterday.
Listen.
There's one way in and one way out.
Listen.
I actually made it up into Asheville and around into OT. And the damage, houses literally washed down the road. Or they're covered. There's mudslides. But Asheville, there's so many dead bodies that you can smell it. The stench is becoming unbearable. You can smell it. There are that many dead people. It's bad. It's very, very, I can't describe to you how bad it is.
And when you say FEMA, is it that FEMA can't get into certain areas, or FEMA isn't doing enough?
They're not doing enough. Where I went to, we had family members in Asheville. We got to the house.
Listen.
They said that FEMA was there, asked what they needed. There's 2 babies in the house. Asked what they needed. They said, we need water and formula. They left, never came back. How long are babies supposed to wait on formula? How long are people supposed to wait on water?
Mass
How
genocide.
long are they supposed to wait? So they were there. They know what they need. Where are they? You know, we saw emergency vehicles riding around. We had to get into Asheville. We drove over live power lines and under fallen trees to get to our family members. The people are helping the people. The people are helping the people. But here's another problem. So they're telling people to donate to FEMA, not to bring supplies in, to donate to FEMA, and FEMA's got it under control. That is not the case. FEMA does not have it under control. Like I said, there are literally people still in floods right now that cannot get out. There are the people that did survive. They are in shock. They are traumatized. They watch their family members. They watch their neighbors die. We need help desperately.
My God.
The truth is, behind closed doors, the P word became my secret sin at age 10. And for the...
In addition to
Now, y'all need to pay attention to what she about to say. And I'm glad that I actually put this on my video on Facebook, because I'm quite sure I can imagine in the next month to maybe 3 months, this video will be snatched down by YouTube. I promise you. Every time you go to YouTube and you find something that's worthwhile, they'll snatch it down. That should tell you something. What she about to say about the city officials should spark something in you to say, wait a minute, what the fuck? Listen. Now, you can say, I don't think that they manipulating the weather to do that, and so on and so forth. Okay, well, let's play devil's advocate. I know they can manipulate the weather, but let's play devil's advocate. Even if they're not manipulating the weather, they're using it. It's called mass genocide, numbnuts.
the horrifying images of the dead bodies and the smell that you described, it sounds like there's also a lot of people still trapped.
Yes, that's a big problem. Okay, so there are people, the Fairview, North Carolina fire chief is turning away private helicopters that are trying to come in and help. Everybody that they're turning help away. The people are trying to help, and our help is being turned away.
There's also a lot of people still trapped.
Yes, that's a big problem. Okay, so there are people, the Fairview, North Carolina fire chief is turning away private helicopters that are trying to come in and help. Everybody that...
In addition to the horrifying images of the dead bodies and the smell that you described, it sounds like there's also a lot of people still trapped.
Yes, that's a big problem. Okay, so there are people, the Fairview, North Carolina fire chief is turning away private helicopters that are trying to come in and help. Everybody that they're turning help away. The people are trying to help, and our help is being turned away. I don't understand what is going on, but it is not okay.
You turning away helicopters.
FEMA does not have it under control, and we need help.
And how the hell a fire chief got that much control?
You living about an hour outside, so you're not in the worst of it. But
I told my wife, I said she better be careful.
And other things.
But I love her for her,
how it is
because she's a veteran herself.
Areas as far as power, gas, food, etc.
So we were without power for 3 days, and we were the fortunate ones that got it on in a few days. We did have water because we were in the cities. The water was still working. But, now I'm a kind of person, I have a lot of food in my house. We have a lot of kids. So, we were pretty good. But there's a lot of people. So So most of the grocery stores, the two main grocery stores, Ingles and Food Lion, they weren't able to open the first few days. Either they didn't have power or they didn't have staffing. So some of, maybe the local Dollar Generals were open. Some of the local stores were open. So even supplies are in the short. People are going to by the thousands to stores that are open, because they're having to travel. They're coming down from Asheville. They're coming in from Hendersonville. They're coming in from other places because they have nothing. They don't have power. Their stores aren't open. So they're coming in from everywhere trying to get their needs. And there's just not enough. There's not enough. I just yesterday got a notice on my phone of 3 different drop points, 3 different locations in South Carolina where people can go to pick up water and emergency supplies. That's all I'm aware of at this point.
Wow. And for you, you went into Asheville. Did you go in to try and help, or you went in because you have family there? You're in about an hour from Asheville.
We had family members there. They literally, so across from, they're just down the road from the VA in Asheville. There was a huge apartment complex from them. So, the apartment complex was underwater. They literally watched multiple neighbors die. One was hit by a tree. Others were washed away. Literally, the house was floating away with people in it. They are in shock. They are traumatized. We went in to get family members out, and thank God we did. We barely made it to them. It was a miracle, but we did.
Can you kind of talk about, because obviously in the case of these hurricanes, which are coming rapid and much worse in recent years, obviously people in Florida tend to, I don't know about be prepared, but at least have a few days warning if their area is going to be kind of in the bullseye. Did your area, Asheville, maybe you thought you'd be affected, but did you think it was going to hit as hard there?
No, not at all. We're nowhere near the beach. We're inland by a few states. So sure, we thought we were going to get some rain, tropical storm, wind. We were prepared for that. We were absolutely not prepared for the devastation that came. No, that kind of warning did not come. And here's another problem that is currently happening. Our dams are in jeopardy. They have not been repaired the way that they need to be. Now all of the debris from the homes, from people, from everything is starting to put pressure on our dams. So there are still areas that are currently in danger of still possibly being flooded because of these dams.
So there you have it. There you have it. If you guys want to go and look at this, the title of it says, "The stench is unbearable. Dead bodies piling up. FEMA abandons in North Carolina residents a manned Hurricane Helene." I call her Hurricane Helen. Okay. So if you guys want to check that out on YouTube, sure, go ahead. But you guys got to do your own homework. Okay. And I heard a question in my head that I'm quite sure some of you will probably ask before I'm done. Well, if they want to kill they don't want to kill everybody. Who would they control? Dummy. They don't want to kill everybody. They don't. But your own government has said that we need to reduce the surplus population. They've said this out in the open. How you think they're going to do that? How you think they're going to do that? Manipulation, devastation, and starvation.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a damn what y'all believe. I believe. I'll say that again. 3 ways. Manipulation, devastation, and starvation. Check that out for yourself. Do your own homework and stop being a bunch of damn sheep. Don't take my word for it. Do your own homework. Jesus. It's all you got to do. If me making you angry want to go research this shit, good, I did my job. And now, for the closing. Back to Dr. King. I'm going to read some of it. His achievements. And then I'll let my wife read. So, it says achievements of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to Vody bitch-ass Bauckham, John Racist MacArthur, and Justin Cripple-ass Peterson. Okay? At age 15, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. finished high school and entered into Morehouse College. Did you know that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was already in college while he was in high school? He was. At age 26, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. received his doctorate degree and became pastor of Dexter Avenues Baptist Church. This is age 26. Okay. In the same, I guess he was the leader of the Montgomery bus boycott, which caused the United States Supreme Court to rule that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. Dr. King, he established the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, a group to help local organizations carry out civil... Oh, hey, what the hell that was? Get the fuck out of here, bitch. What the hell that was? Anyways, Dr. King established the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, which is a group to help local organizations carry out civil rights activities in the South. Okay. Dr. King led the March on Washington, where he delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, which was a prophetic speech because it actually came to pass. He said that the Lord Jesus Christ gave him that dream, which was a prophetic dream. Okay. Dr. King was the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. We're talking about his achievements. Okay, his achievements. Okay. This is why we celebrate Dr. King. Not because his skin is black. Not because of that. We celebrate Dr. King because of his achievements and what he did to free all men, not just African American, Indians, and so on. He wanted everybody free. Everybody. He didn't limit his scope to his people. And he proved that. But anyway, I digress. Again, Dr. King was the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. King led the civil rights movement, which resulted in the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964. This is us doing our research. Okay. Let's read that again. Dr. King led the civil rights movement, which resulted in the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964. And the 24th Amendment, the Rights Act of 1964 and the 24th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which took away the poll tax for voting. In other words, they want the motherfucking tax the shit out y'all just for coming there putting your damn name on a piece of fucking paper. Your government is all about money. Nothing else. They don't give a fuck who running the country long as we can get some money. I digress. Dr. King led the march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. Do anybody remember that march? Do you remember that march? What was it called? The famous Bloody Sunday march. The famous Bloody Sunday. And nobody in Dr. King's entourage was the one that initiated what happened. Everybody from who lived in that time, I got the documentaries to prove it, said that the people, the fucking niggas that they saw, they had never seen in that city before. Can you say plants? Kind of reminds me of when they had this riot. Notice how you don't see that on YouTube no more. And how certain police officers strategically placing bricks at certain places. And one of the cops was caught doing this. It was on YouTube. Dude was asking him, why y'all doing this, man? Had the camera and everything. His phone, why you doing this? I think you better get the hell out of here. Manipulation, devastation, and starvation. That's how they're going to get rid of you. That's how your own government going to try to get rid of most of us. Manipulation, devastation, and starvation. And y'all still sleep you because your favorite preacher's only talking about money. The Lord said, give me a $58, give me a $100, give me $1,000, give me a $28, give me a $21 seed. And you jackasses run up there and do it. Because you're a jackass. Now, let's read that one more time. Dr. Martin Luther King, he was the one that led the march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. Damn dumbass kid. From Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, which is known as the famous Bloody Sunday, resulting in the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which took away all barriers that kept black people from voting. But it wasn't only black people. It wasn't only black people that were kept from voting. Trust me. Jews were kept from voting too. Indians was kept from voting too. Yeah. They were. And many other race of peoples. And then Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. went to help sanitation workers in Memphis, where he was sadly killed. I'm going to let my wife finish this up. Dr. King, you got to speak loud now. Dr. King did not die creeping out of somebody else's house. Dr. King did not die with somebody else's wife while laying in the bed with somebody else's wife. Dr. King did not die robbing somebody. Dr. King did not die molesting a child. Dr. King did not die running from the police. Dr. King did not die selling drugs on the street. Dr. King did not die acting the fool racing his car on the highway. Dr. King did not commit suicide. Dr. King died doing exactly what Jesus did, helping the poor. That's how Dr. King died.
To all the people who want to say that Dr. King misrepresented Jesus, that he did not believe in Jesus, I want to read to you some quotes from and about Dr. King, which proves you wrong. It was in the wake of that call that religion became real to him, when he knew that he had to know God for himself. Then he bowed over his cup of coffee. He said, I prayed a prayer, and I prayed out loud that night. I said, Lord, I'm down here trying to do what's right. I think I'm right. I think the cause that we represent is right. But Lord, I must confess that I'm weak now. I'm faltering. I'm losing my courage. And I can't let the people see me like this, because if they see me weak and losing my courage, they will begin to get weak. It was then that I heard the voice of Jesus telling me to fight on.
Fight on.
For he promised never to leave me, never to leave me alone. No, never alone, never alone. He promised to never leave me, never leave me alone. For the remainder of his life, Dr. King would look back on that night whenever the obstacles before him seemed too big to handle. He also said, when we see social relationships controlled everywhere by the principles which Jesus illustrated in life, which is trust, love, mercy, and altruism, then we shall know that the kingdom of God is here. In that dramatic scene on Calvary's Hill, 3 men were crucified. All 3 were crucified for the same crime of extremism. 2 were extremists for immorality and thus fell below their environment. The other, Jesus Christ, was an extremist for love, truth, and goodness, and thereby rose above his environment. Perhaps the nation, the world, are in dire need of this type of creative extremist. He says, living every day under the threat of death, I feel discouraged every now and then and feel my work is in vain. But then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. And this last one, these are words of Dr. King, which was played at his funeral. If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I don't want a long funeral. And if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. And every now and then I wonder what I want them to say. Tell them not to mention that I have a Nobel Peace Prize. That isn't important. Tell them not to mention that I have 300 or 400 other awards. That's not important. Tell them not to mention where I went to school. I'd like for somebody to mention that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to love somebody. I want you to say that day that I tried to be right on the war question. I want you to be able to say that I did try to feed the hungry. I want you to be able to say on that day that I did try in my life to clothe those who were naked. I want you to say on that day that I did try in my life to visit those who were in prison. I want you to say that I tried to love and serve humanity. Yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace. I was a drum major for righteousness. And all of the other shallow things will not matter. I won't have money to leave behind. I won't have the fine and luxurious things of life to leave behind. But I just want to leave a committed life behind. And that's all I want to say. For if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or a song, if I can show somebody he's traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. If I can do my duty as a Christian ought, if I can bring salvation to a world once wrought, if I can spread the message as my master taught, then my living will not be in vain. Yes, Jesus, I want to be on your right or your left side, not for any selfish reason. I want to be on your right or your left side, not in terms of some political kingdom or ambition.
Come on.
But I just want to be there in love and in justice and in truth and in commitment to others so we can make this old world a new world. So with that, if you would read Isaiah chapter 58, it talks about a fast which pleases God. And it's not you fasting and everybody knowing that you fasting. But he says, if you want to fast to please me, feed the hungry, clothe those who are naked, give shelter to those who are homeless, visit those that are in prison. This is what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood for. This is what he lived for. This is what he lived by. So you can't say that he misrepresented Jesus when he did exactly what Jesus taught him to do.
The rest of that, what you doing?
So, in the death of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., after going to Memphis, Tennessee to help sanitation workers.
Let me see it. I'll read that. Because you don't have enough drama. She would be a bored actress. Wait a minute. The death of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. After going to Memphis, Tennessee to help sanitation workers, Dr. King was shot in his neck on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. But it wasn't the gunshot that killed him. See, some of y'all don't even know that. It wasn't the gunshot that killed Dr. King at all. He was not dead. Do your research, people. He was not dead at all. That gunshot, that rifle bullet, which they call an exploding bullet. How you know that? Do your damn research. They call an exploding bullet. Okay? That wasn't what killed Dr. King. Dr. King still had a pulse. He was still here. You ain't got to believe it. I don't give two shits. He was shot in the neck, but it wasn't the gunshot that killed him, that ended his life. According to a nurse at the hospital, and we have the book. According to a nurse at the hospital and the doctor who treated Dr. Martin Luther King, said that a government official, and I'm not afraid to say this, that a government, and if I knew who it was, I'd call your bitch ass out if you were still living today, because I'm quite sure you did. That a government official walked in to Dr. King's room, told everybody else to get the fuck out, walked up to Dr. King, looked him dead in his eyes, and spat in his face. Get the book. Now, of course, the government say, oh, that Dr. Line, blah, 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 blah. No. No. Because for a long time, he didn't want to tell his story. He was afraid. So, no. He said in his book that a government official walked up to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., spat in his face, and then suffocated Dr. King with a fucking pillow. You don't suffocate something that's already gone, that's already passed, that's already dead. You don't do that. He spat in his face. I do not liken Dr. King to Jesus Christ at all. But do you know they did the same thing to our Lord and Savior? They spat in his face. That's what they did. All because he wanted to help somebody. That's crazy. Lastly, y'all say that he wasn't a man of God. Well, let's look at the hell you looking at. Creeping your funky ass by here. Y'all say that Dr. King was not a man of God. He did not believe in Jesus and all that dumb shit y'all talking. Stupid ass. Well, let's look at some of the crowns that Dr. King will receive. The first crown that he's going to receive is the crown of life. That's given to martyrs. People who died because of the gospel, because of Jesus. He'll get that. Ain't that something? The second crown he will receive is the crown of glory. That's given to pastors. If my wife stay on the path, she's going to receive that crown too. She's a pastor. Those of you who are real in the faith and are preachers, you will receive that crown. Okay? That's that crown for pastors is called the crown of glory. Okay? Let's look at another crown that Dr. King will receive. It's called the crown of righteousness. And this is given to the ones who are truly saved. Not you Christians. Nope. People who are God followers. Truly saved people. If you out there and you truly following Christ, you going to get that crown. I promise you. If my wife, she going to get that crown. Okay. Let's go to the last crown. This crown is called the crown of rejoicing. And this one is given to those who eagerly awaits for the return of Christ. He going to receive that. So that means Dr. King will receive all 4 crowns. Wow. But you know what crown I don't see? You know what crown that I don't see? And if y'all want a copy of this, let me know. I'll print one off and send it to you. Which I know y'all won't ask for it, but that's fine. I don't give a shit. That's mine. We did the research on that. You know what crown I don't see as I end this? You know what crown I don't see concerning Dr. King? This is going to be a shocker to a lot of y'all. I don't see that crown called Christianity. Nowhere. Y'all do more adding the emphasis on Christianity than you do on salvation. I don't see that crown sitting nowhere, asshole. Let me tell you something. Let me share something with you. There is no damn crown called the crown for Christianity. You know why? Because Christianity is a fucked up religion. It's actually Christians that's doing a lot of 95 to, let's just put another, 98% of the bullshit that's going on in this world. It's actually Christians who was at the P. Diddy party. It's actually Christians who, I don't know, tell homosexuals to take a shotgun, put it in their mouth, and pull the trigger. It's actually Christians who would sit at a Sam Smith party and sit there and clap their hands as this son of a bitch defiles Christ's name and defiles the cross. There was a lot of country people that actually was there too, and they just happened to see that this one over here was just over there preaching. And now you here and you sitting here. You know why I like Tracy Atkins, I believe that's his name? Because when some bullshit started, he got up and he walked the fuck out. I believe that's his name, man. Where were you when the world stopped turning on that September day? I believe that's Tracy, because I don't want to, because it's another one country singer that I do not like. Alan Jackson, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Alan Jackson. Let's make sure. Yep. Yeah, it's Tracy Jackson one I don't like. Because he was on that trailer park crap. They kind of look the same, so you got to forgive me. Let's make sure I'm doing. Yeah, it's Tracy Atkins. It's Tracy Atkins I don't like. Yeah. He pushed that fucked up agenda too. Let's make sure I'm right. Yeah. So. It's Christians. That's why you don't see no crown for Christianity. And you never will see a crown for Christianity. It's Christians that raise their hand and say, let's kill babies. It's Christians who say this. It's Christians right down here in Waycross that can have a church across the street from a certain gazebo. See a homeless man laying there. And you know he homeless. By the way, you might not want to be homeless and go to Florida because you're going to be a convicted felon. Per they damn governor. I wonder what he going to do now. There's a lot of people that's been displaced. Y'all better run. They making it against the law to be homeless. And y'all say agenda ain't coming here? Oh, okay. Okay. When the fuck was it against the law to be without a home? Well, God just proved that I can make everybody homeless if I want to.
Okay.
I can allow that storm to hit everything and make everybody homeless. What you gonna do then? I can make your motherfucking ass. See, that's why you don't never put thumb-sucking bitches in power. Who ain't never been through nothing.
Destroy the governor's mansion.
Because they will never understand jack shit. Never. Period. If you ain't never been hungry, how you gonna understand the hungry?
Come on now.
If you ain't never been to jail, how you gonna understand the ones that's been locked up? Huh? If you ain't never been homeless, how you gonna understand the homeless? But these are the people that's in power. sad. But these are Christian people, though. Christians. You're right. Dr. King was not a Christian. I agree with you 110 billion%, because neither am I. Dr. King was so much more. In other words, Dr. King was a God follower. Period. He followed God, Jesus, to the cross, crucified. And you know what Jesus said? Welcome home. You know what he gonna tell y'all? Depart from me. I never knew you. And that's my spiel.